Yesterday when the market closed around 27,263 at the bottom of this candle, it looked like it was going to go down for a lot longer. The trend channel had been busted and there was no bulls in sight. But like I mentioned, if price started going below this level right here at around 27,603, then what this was more than likely going to be was a bull trap. And just like I said, the price started popping off right over here. So if you struggle getting caught on the wrong side of the trend for the traps where they happen, then this video will be for you, because I'm going to show you the different tricks and traps that they try to use to catch traders on the wrong side of the trade. The first reason here in the NASDAQ market that I predicted that where the market closed yesterday at around 27,270, that this was more than likely going to be a trap and that the bears were going to get out of this market and let the bulls take it over for the interim. And that's exactly what happened, because starting on this candle up here at 30,953, going down to this anchor point right here at 28,408, that is the Fibonacci retracement level I was looking at. When the price came up here at 29,380, got very close to a 38% Fibonacci extension level. When price came down and hit the target zone area, with the top of it being 28,034, I predicted that this was going to be where eventually the bears were going to give up. They were going to take their profits and let the bulls have it for a little while. And so what I'm going to do now is draw my Fibonacci retracement tool down to the new low that has been created. And so now we have the target area that we're looking for it is going to be the 38% level at around 28,639. It went down a little bit lower from yesterday because the price did open down a little bit lower from where it was from yesterday. But that is currently where the next battle line is going to be drawn. We shall see if the bulls are able to take this higher past the 38% line up to the top of the trend channel and perhaps even to the 61.8 Fibonacci extension level at around 29,528. Plus, what we also had yesterday was the bears had pulled this thing all the way down below this established bearish trend channel that we had, starting around 27,881. So between those couple of things, plus the main one being if they ran this market lower right here at 27,611, then down at these candles starting on the 29th of July yesterday, where it went down to a low of about 27,216. This was to get people trapped on the wrong side of it before they pushed it up some more. So the forecast is moving into tomorrow for at least the 38% line at 28,639 to get hit. If price moves up from there, then I'm looking at going and hit the top of the trend channel, which is going to be a sliding scale, but we'll say it's going to be around 29,000-ish. And then the next area is going to be the 61.8 Fibonacci extension level at 29,528. If price continues to grow up from there, then the bulls really do have some big traction. This trend channel is broken, and we will start looking for some stair-stepping patterns where we take it back down and then take it back up for new highs over there. And that may signal that the bulls have taken over, but they still do have some work to do because there are some other trend channels. And when we get to those, I'll cover those as well. But right now, this is the main trend channel here in the NASDAQ market that they need to break. For the NASDAQ market, we just had one trade today, and that is when price bounced off the overnight extension level. And what this is I use yesterday's high right here at 28,176 and yesterday's low down here at 27,202. It automatically marks it each day with the green for the support and red for the resistance. So then what it does is it automatically plots between 100% and 114.6% for the Fibonacci extension level. So that's what the red box is. Same thing for the bottom side for the green. So when price hits it right here at 28,175, the very bottom of the extension zone box, I short it. And then how I get the exit is I go to the last available semaphore, which is down here at 27,337, draw the Fibonacci retracement tool up to it, and the exit is the 38% line right here at 27,890. But as you can see, the price never hit the 30% line and has continued to go higher. So that's not a problem at all. All you do is you go up here, drag the top of the Fibonacci retracement tool up to wherever the high is, and that will change where your exit is. So currently the exit is at 28,002. If price continues to go higher up here, we'll just continue to drag the Fibonacci retracement tool up with it. One last thing I want to point out here in the NASDAQ market, we are in a strong trend channel right here, where it started at 27,203 to 27,336, and then for the high side of it, 27,700. Price has exceeded the top of it, so that tells us that the market is extremely bullish right now. But since we are in that current trade right now, I am looking for price to retrace back down to the 38% line, which is at 28,002, assuming this high holds right here. Going to the S&P 500 here on the 4-hour chart, we can see when the lows hit yesterday, when they closed here around 7,323, we're at the very bottom of this trend channel currently in. Plus, on top of that, at the time, the price using these Fibonacci anchors, top up here at 7,632 and the bottom at 7,411. Price came, broke the levels that the 0% Fibonacci retracement level was on, came down and hit the target zone box that the bulls were pushing it down to, which the top of the target area being 7,379. So once that happened, the bears got into this box right here. That is the trap area where I was looking for them to trap people before they start pushing it higher, and that's exactly what happened. We have a very strong push here to the upside for it. So the next battle line area that I'm looking for it to happen has already gone past the first stage up here, and that is going to be the 38% Fibonacci retracement level at around 7,441. We can see price did get some pushback right there, went all the way down to about 7,400 before the bulls took it up. Now the bulls right here, they are starting to go north of the trend channel up here at around 74.75, and if the bulls keep pushing this up and busting this trend channel right here, then we're going to get rid of this trend channel. And there are two other ones we're going to look at, and we'll put one of them on the chart here right now. So the next trend channel we have will be at this semaphore up here at 7,648, and the bottom one being here at around 7,355. We can see price bounced off of the lower part of the trend channel right there, 7,338. Now it's not normally how I draw my trend channel. Normally I like using it when there's a Fibonacci target that comes down and gets hit, but here is a very huge key to look out for right here. You can see how from this move right up here, using the semaphore high to the semaphore low, which is at 7,357. Price came all the way back up, hit off around the 88.6 Fibonacci retracement, which is around 7,631. And then look at here. Price came very, very low to hitting the target zone, but did not get close enough for me to consider that to be done for it. Price came all the way down to 7,323.50, but the target was 7,314 and some change for it, so it did not quite hit there. So when that happens, that can signal that this is going to be a reversal, and the bulls have taken control. Now the first thing they must do is get past the initial trend channel, where they're currently at about 74 right now. So if we do take that one off, we do see that there is a lot of room to run up here to the top of this trend channel, where it's going to be a sliding scale, but we'll just say it's around 7,615 for it. So if this is the case and the bulls have taken over because this Fibonacci extension target did not get hit around 7,314, then the bulls are going to be in control here for at least the next couple of days until they hit the top of the trend channel around the low 7,600s, and then from there we'll have to see what happened. But we also have one other thing to look for, which is going to be really interesting. If we go over here to this semaphore at around 7,290, and we take the bottom semaphore up to the top. And all these semaphores are is they show the swing points within the chart, and they paint after the fact, because you can see over here at around 7,322 the market has swung off this level, but there's not a semaphore drawn right there because they draw after the fact. So you cannot trade off of them, because if they just happened right when the market turned, well, then everyone would be billionaires off of it. And the red ones are the strongest ones than the orange ones. To have a red, you have to have an orange. So the orange are kind of intermediate, the red are the strong ones. There's another smaller level on there, but I don't put them on there just because it'd be too much on there. But lastly, you will notice here that the price bounced off the 76.4 line at 73.76. It actually went down to the 88.6 line, but I don't have that one drawn here. So the target we are looking for from this move, if this does hold up, is going to be all the way over here, way up here, 7,700 right on the nose right there. So that will be the target from this move if it does happen. Just because I really think there's a good strong chance, and since this target down here did not reach a target box at 7,314, that there's a good chance the bulls now have taken over, and the next target for this one is going to be 7,700. Going over to the 3-minute chart, there was one trade of the day, and if you watched my video from yesterday, it was just slightly different from a trade that didn't happen. What it was is, if you go down here to the low of the day, which was at 7,330.75, go up to that current high of the day at the time, that was at 9:27 a.m. and the high was 7,446.25. What we're looking for, since the price closed above this 1-minute box right here, and that's what the yellow box with the black line is, it signifies that that is the 1-minute bar from the high to low from the 1-minute open bar at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Price came back down, it hit off the 38% line at 7,402. So that means that we are live in this trade. And what happened was, before this bar closed right there, hitting off the 30% Fibonacci retracement level, it signified the trade is still good and valid. Yesterday, what happened, the 30% line got hit slightly below the bar that was closed below the 1-minute box, which would have signified we're only taking short trades. So since the bar closed before hitting the 30% line, it was an invalid trade, and thank goodness it was, because the market went the other way. But here, closed before it hit, went up, hit the 23.6 level at 74.19.25 for an easy trade right there. And that was the only trade of the day here in the S&P 500 market. But what we do have right here, just like the NASDAQ market, is a very strong trend channel going up for it. It's exceeded the top of the trend channel right here. So we have very strong trends both in the ES and NASDAQ market. We shall see going forward if that continues up there, but there's a good chance, since the target in the 4-hour chart for the ES got missed, that we'll see higher highs in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. This has been First Pullback. Remember to trade, plan, and execute.